Hold on, everybody. I'm just trying to share this. Make sure to share this on Twitter so everybody can see that I'm live. Share this far and wide, please. I want to get as many people in here as possible. Maybe give some people a chance to possibly join Tom's Army that want to talk. Or yada, yada, yada. Oh, wow. Derek, welcome in. Driver. Mr. Swanson, welcome in. AK, sorry guys that I've been busy. That's why I came on live because there's been a lot of stuff going on, as you know, and I just have not had a chance to do much. I haven't been able to check my email today. And it's like 10 o'clock. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Let's Sam, welcome in. Jan, welcome in. Let's I'm gonna play the intro so you guys can hit the like button. Make sure to hit that like button. Okay, so I appreciate everybody who's tuning into the live stream. See how many people we have in here. 36 people. Wow. With 27 likes. So let's get a few more likes in there. So don't forget to that. Yes, sir. Snakehead Paradise. Welcome in. Hannah, welcome. I'm honored. I'm honored. D-Man, welcome in. But Hannah, you made my day the other night. So shout out to you. Increasing my female audience. We're up over 10% of my audience. We're almost at 6,000 subscribers, so I almost have a 10% or over 10% now female audience base in a male-driven field. It's spectacular. Spectacular. It's one of my proudest achievements so far. So, XRP. We've got... This is the critical part, guys, because, again, everybody on YouTube... Okay, here, let's do this while everybody's getting in here, because I want to make sure everybody gets in here. Let's go to our friend. Not Miles Monroe. Let's not... Miles Monroe, I'm sure, is a fine gentleman. Something is happening. Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, crypto, Ethereum. See... Hey, he's got his glasses on upside down. That's about how your technical analysis is gonna go. But everybody, let's see. I like to see the general consensus, and you guys might as well live it with me while we're waiting for the audience to get in, and then we're gonna go into XRP. XRP breaking news: Judge grants in part latest SEC demands. Some more useless nonsense. Ripple XRP news. We already know all this shit. How about do the technical analysis on the fly so that we know if we're going to collapse? Good news on the way. Oops. Good. I like his opening. I don't mind him because he just puts out news. He's not like, hey, you got to buy it today. He's like, you just hold it and eventually 24 hours crypto. So I don't mind him, honestly. Brad Garlinghouse exposed. XRP will overtake Bitcoin in 2022. No, it won't. 50 banks in Japan. See, it's all the same horseshit. Crypto Hawk being a douchebag. Hayden looking like an even bigger dope. Look at him, 2,800 views now in 11 hours. That just shows you how far he's fallen. The biggest dope of all, BitBoy. How he even has 10,000 views in 7 days, I'll never know. Another douchebag that got exposed. All right. James, he's actually pretty good. See, that's one guy that I don't mind. He's actually, that guy is actually pretty good, to be honest with you. Lewis, what's going on, my brother? I don't hate everybody. 54 people in here, 41 likes. Let's get those likes up. Share this on YouTube. in the comment section. Share this on your social media. Share this on anywhere you can to get more people in here. I want to start expanding this audience so we can start overtaking YouTube. But James, anybody who watches James, I would put faith in him. He puts his portfolio on the line. He tells you every step of the way. And that's the guy to me out of everybody who understands what's going on. And he even said, I'm not buying Bitcoin now. He said he bought one Bitcoin. He's a multimillionaire. He said he bought one Bitcoin, but he's not buying it until Bitcoin is sub 30,000 or right around 30,000. I think 29,000 something is when he's putting in his big buy. So he's along the same thinking. When it gets down towards 30,000 is when he would put in his big buy, because we all know there's going to be a bounce. So that's one guy that I'd be like, all right, you could listen to him. This guy's a dope, Jeremiah. He's an even bigger dope, Amen. Dusty BC, he's the guy who criticized me when I had 2,500 followers. 4,300 views. I mean, we're getting 22, 25, 3,000 views now on most videos, 1,500 at worst. Say we're catching up to him too, and he's got 10 times the audience I have. He's a dope. But that's Peter Schiff. He's a good guy. That's somebody you should be listening to. Bank XRP, I've never seen anything wrong with, just news. A lot of good news, actually. Blockchain backer, I don't mind. Just overly FUD and out of the realm when we're not in the ISO. But when it becomes relevant, blockchain backer is somebody you should watch, because the charts on a day-to-day basis, if there's no FUD, not terrible, to be honest with you. Actually, not bad at all. It's just, he believes it's going to go up like a gazillion % at once. So, not a bad one to watch. 3T Warrior, again, not a bad one to watch, just a lot of FUD. And when it comes to when things are in the right spot, that's not a bad person. But he's actually jumped on board about the collapse. I got to keep up with these people because I got to know where my audience is coming from, and that's actually helped me be much better on the charts. Or not on the charts, but being able to be perceptive to my people. Yep, absolutely, Lewis. Absolutely. Project M41. I absolutely agree with you. Goes to crypto. Matt Chase. Up and coming, there's worse. XRP Daily. FUD Machine. God, I hate Jeremiah Invest. Not at a personal level, but once legit, turned douchebag. Because most of these people that were legit, like Hayden, like that guy's a dope. And Amen, they're both dopes. They both sold their souls. Get used to those faces. They sold their souls for paid promotions. And look, 520 views, that's embarrassing. 7 hours ago, 520 views. It just shows you. And look, Amen, he's got to sell bullshit. Because when the charts are coming, when they tell you it's going to moon for years, they got to start. XRP's a scam. I can tell you right now, this is the deception you're seeing. I told you it was going to start crashing. And then all these people are going to start saying it was a scam. We're so far ahead of this, guys. So far ahead of this. Ruby, love, welcome in. Or Ruby, Stacy, Jan, Lewis. Who else was there? I know there was a lot. Project. But everybody's going to say XRP's a scam because this is the plan. They're all getting paid. So now there's deception. So now when everybody's saying don't buy XRP, like my portfolio right now, there's members only in the comments. If anybody wants to comment and you're watching, join Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. We're on our journey to 200 members. I know I've earned it. And you guys help support me. I support you. But 181 members of Tom's Army, only 19 away. So if you've ever wanted to join and you're on the fence, help me get to that 200. It would mean a lot to me. It's a big milestone for me. I consider that the Mendoza line, like in baseball. So, but besides that, we're so far ahead, it's crazy. So leaps and bounds, 70 people watching. Holy mother of hell! So we're so far ahead. J-Ride, strutregalia@gmail.com. I'll send you the link. I can't do it on here because everybody can see it. Or if you can private message me on Telegram, I can do it too. Finance news, okay. Coin Bureau Ban. Bearable bullshitter, the worst of them. Oh, two of the worst right here. This bearable bullshitter's lost people more money than you could ever imagine. Digital perspectives is one of the biggest tools out there. They have no idea what's going on. They speak more FUD than anybody, but for some reason people listen to them while they've lost 75%. And honestly, the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm sick of the FUD, guys. And I don't care anymore. If they want to say something, say something. My audience is getting big enough to where I can start to have a little bit of a voice here. And I don't care, dude. I want everybody to understand my perspective. And for all that, if anybody on here is watching, any of you guys that I'm calling out, here's the simple facts. At least respect your audience enough to go into the comments and answer each and every one of them like they're a fucking human being. I get hundreds of comments, even thousands, and I answer every single person like they're a human. Why? Because they push my audience. And when I started this, I was looking for like-minded people who understood what the fuck was going on. So now that I found it, how am I not going to respect the people enough to comment to them? Not just that, how are you going to not remove the spam? It's bad enough that people are commenting to you and then somebody else comments back, acting like you, and now they think they're donating to you. That's horseshit. At least have the balls to, face the audiences. And when the crashes happen, my audience is lighting it up, saying I'm the GOAT and whatever. Your audiences are saying that they can't believe you're getting any views. You guys are fucking tools. That's because you don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, there's so many bullshitters on here. It's sickening. It makes XRP look like trash. Trash. Like this Rich Club. Same bullshit. All bullshit. November 2022 is when it's going to happen. At earliest is when we can start doing something. Extravot, another big bullshitter. You were right about what? That everybody's going to be down 85 motherfucking percent. Shut up. Like all these people. All right, I'm done with these people. All right, let's get back to the charts. Now I think I've given everybody enough time to come in. So 79 people, 55 likes. Let's hit that like button, everybody. Let's get it up to 75. Yep, and everybody does. They collect from sponsors. Trust me, I get it up every day. I should show you my spam folder. It would drive you guys up a fucking wall. Offering $500 or $1,000 for a 30-second clip. I kid you not. But then you got to base the whole fucking update around that paid sponsorship. It's horseshit. So imagine Hayden. He's losing 90% on each trade. I'm leveraging it. Where do you think he's getting that money from? Paid fucking sponsorships or miles. Why do you think they keep promoting all their horse shit? Have you ever seen me once advertise a link? Process that. Do you ever see me in a video go, click my link for Robinhood or Charles Schwab or blah, 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 this trading or Zoom or whatever, the XRP wallet? No. I respect you too much to give you that line of horse shit. If I'm going to earn it, I'm going to earn it through your paid subscription because, damn it, if I was watching somebody and the only way they were getting off was to get me to screw myself over by joining some bullshit exchange, I'm not doing it. And if I can't make it without doing that, well, I don't deserve to make it. I'm going to do it the right way. These guys are the guys who would take steroids in sports to get ahead. I'm not willing to do it to get ahead. I'm going to use my talent. There's a difference. Yep. That's the only time I ever did it, but that's because I have a soft heart. But that actually worked out very nicely. She's still a member of the audience. A member of Tom's Army, as a matter of fact. And in the Telegram. FYI. I just don't say names. So, one day, though, we're going to make a bigger difference. But this is what we have to look at, guys. Enough of the tickling my balls here. Because we might have an I'm topping reversal here again. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, so, and like I always told everybody, I don't expect anybody to donate or join Tom's Army until the time comes. And, like, when something goes down 40% and they're not losing a portfolio, that's when I'm like, all right, $9.99 or a donation or whatever. But other than that, sit back, relax, and if the market's going sideways or we're calling it bad, I don't expect you guys to do any of that. I expect, so, but for the first time, like I said, we're up 9% for the turnover rate this month. So, I thought last month was good. This month's going to be even better as far as the turnovers, but this could be either a fake up, like Stacy's saying. God, I love doing this live with you guys. I really do, and I love it only being the members of Tom's Army. I can't express enough how much gratitude I have for you guys. By you guys donating, I bought this $1,000 tablet almost. Yeah, it was on sale because of around Christmas for like $750. But it was because of your guys' donations and what I was earning on YouTube where I was able to put the money into this because I wanted to make this appearance look better for you guys. If you guys are willing to put in your hard-earned money, I'm going to put it back towards the show. So in the future, just imagine how awesome this can be. I really want to do giveaways too. But okay. So remember how I said this was my prediction that we would bounce down, come here into the middle, and then bounce back up. So we went down, and now we're coming back up. And look how we're playing that as the support resistance line, and we're getting squeezed. So now we know, guys, this is how I know I'm good at what I do. We're going to get squeezed. We're going to either have to make the move down to reveal the I'm topping reversal, or we're going to have to move up to reveal the fake out. Right where I created this pattern for everybody. Like I said, I'm taking the work out for everybody. That was my goal. After we had the blunder at 52 cents because I wasn't being direct enough, I was saying about I thought it could go to 48, but what people were getting was don't buy. So I put that on me, and I learned the last 6 months, like, what do I need to do to portray this better? Instead of hiding from it, I admit it. I made a mistake at 52 cents by not telling everybody to go balls to the wall. And now we have to be more direct. And now look at all we've learned in the last 6 months. Not just me, everybody who stuck around. We've grown, and now we've earned this moment. We've earned this positioning. We've earned not losing our portfolio. I've earned being up 426% in the last year. It wasn't easy. So I'm not afraid to admit that I made a huge fucking mistake. But we actually rectified it, but we didn't make the possibilities that we could have. But we all waited for this moment to rectify our own. We had to exercise our demons. And once we got down sub 60 cents, we were able to exercise our demons. We got to 54 cents, if that's the lowest it ever got. We only missed it by 1 or 2.8 cents and whatever. So, but this is where we could make our decision. Are we going to bounce here? And like I said, if we get topsided here and it doesn't look like a fake out before the Fed speaks, we'll talk about it. And then if we want to ride a gamble from here, and we'll look up here because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we'll come up to the 2-hour time frame and we'll ride it up to about 68 cents. So if we got up here and we're being conservative, that's a 13% gain just by waiting and understanding the pattern. So I'm not going to leave us hanging. So we're going to know what's going on and we're going to understand how to play this. And like, I really want to show you guys, but I don't think it'll let me the way I've done my portfolio, because even though I have only used a small percentage of my portfolio, I have 5,000 liquid, but what I've done while these prices have been cheap, I bought 6,500 DGB at like 1.7, 1.8, and I'm not selling them, guys. This is where I start stacking my bags at a small amount, but I have 5,000 liquid out of my 6,000, almost 200, because it's gone up since I bought these. And then I have 1,250 XRP, like I said, around the 57 cent mark, because once it got 57 cents, I'm buying a little bit of it. I have 1,250 XLM at 16.8. I had, and that's because I do a 1-to-1 with XRP and XLM. It's just the way it's going to be, and I'm going to figure it out. I've come to the conclusion in my head I'm going to have the exact same amount on both. I don't give a shit the repercussions. Then I have 1,000, and it's not a lot, 1,000 VeChain at sub 5 cents, and then I have 1,000 ZIL sub 4 cents. So not a ton, but I'm starting to get the ball rolling in the direction of things that I want. And even if it goes down 75%, this is where I'm starting to build. I have 5,000 liquid and I've used about $1,100. So a very small percentage, but I'm starting to build it the way that it needs to be built. So if you guys are trying to wonder, like, hey, how do we build a portfolio? Well, when everybody's running scared, you start buying the blood and nibbles. We know it's going about 50% lower than here, in my opinion. Do I have 50% of my portfolio left? Abso-fucking-lutely, I have over 80%. So I can theoretically maintain an 80% drop right now and buy 80% more and be just as happy as can be. That's the way you need to balance your portfolio. I don't even think it's going to let you see, it probably won't let you see my uphold though, so I'm not going to be able to show you. That's the only problem, guys. It won't let you see my uphold because of security reasons. So the only thing I can do for anybody, you know, there's nothing I can do because I don't have anything saved on here. So, but you guys can go, you know what? I can go to my Twitter and show you something that I shared, because a lot of people always ask me, why should we listen to you? Well, when the market drops, isn't this as good of a reason as any? In the last year, 419%. And that's how long I've had my account open, since last approximately February. So At least when somebody's speaking it, at least hopefully they understand what they're speaking. And, oh, I appreciate that, Stacy. I agree, it's so much better. And yeah, Joe, I sent out, for anybody who's new, for the first 100 subscribers of my channel, I sent out an XRP token, and they valued at an average of $21 with the shipping, because I did international too. I took out over 140 something I sent out from donations I was getting, and I started sending them out. Obviously, I had to spend some of my money too, but I sent it out to those people so that they would always have a special connection, because they were one of the first 150, 100 and whatever subscribers to the channel. And now I'm doing a new thing. If you join the $99.99 a month, every month that you join that, you get an XRP token that's going to be valued at about 20 bucks. If you want to show a little extra appreciation, all you have to do is send me my token, and every month you renew, I'll send you a different XRP token or a token of your choice if it's in stock. So we'll talk if you like Tezos, if you like which ones are in stock. I bought all of these. ADA. If you like XLM, Digibyte, we can't get one yet. If you like Theta, that's what I want to start doing. But that's $99.99 a month. That's my legendary members. Absolutely, Matthew. And I'll send one every single month. I figured out a way to do it to where I can reserve spots with Amazon, and I just pay the price and then they'll ship it for me. And I have a Theta token too, and it took I had to wait 3.5 months. So anybody, if you're ever thinking and you want to pay the extra mile, you just send me your address if you're a legendary member. Yes, it's steep at $99.99 a month, but we've had 3 in the past that have all got tokens. There's one person I still owe a token, and it's Sniper, but I don't know what he wants. I never heard from him what he wanted. So, but I've got tokens of probably 20 different ones, the official ones though, not the bullshit ones, real ones that are, they've got the crypto technology, or, it's got like that appearance of it. But I want to have a tight-knit community here. Now, I know a lot of people, when I had 1,000 subscribers, like, he's just saying this because he's fucking broke. Now it's like, okay, he might actually know what he's saying because he has not changed, and I've never changed. I'm very loyal to a fault. And yes, I got burned in the past on this very airways, as you guys know, by a few people. But it forever changed into the way we do the show, and it's been spectacular. But look at this, guys. You can't make this up, how we got trapped in here now. And I made that weeks ago, and now it's being used as our ultimate support resistant area. And look how I mean, that's just what I'm talking about. It's fucking phenomenal. But I do appreciate everybody. 76 likes. I do appreciate everybody. So if you're just tuning in, the bottom line is, if you're like, why can't I chat to this guy? I need to ask him a question. Join Tom's Army $9.99 and you'll be able to instantly chat. So our resistance, though, if you're just tuning in, 60486. We've got a support at 54 cents, but our immediate support right here is to try to break this uptrending, as it turns out, right here. We're getting squeezed, and we're going to have to make a move here in the very short term. Yo, Sean, what's going on, my brother? Appreciate you being in here. So that's what we're looking at with XRP. So we're going to watch this as it develops here in the 30-minute time frame while I'm live. But you see the volume. We picked up a little more in this segment, but our volume's been atrocious. It's going to be hard to pick up past the 30-minute time frame in the 200-day with this kind of volume. What I could see, though, and what I'm waiting for, is just a little spike up, maybe a little higher, and then, so there's a lot of things that can happen. It's just a little weird that, well, not weird, but it keeps showing itself real quickly. So and the other thing is the capitulation hasn't happened yet in the market. Which, what I mean is, these long-term holders aren't fearing and dumping because they all think it's going to go to the moon still. Wait until we get that capitulation, or whatever the hell you want to say it, in the market. Everybody's going to dump that are long holders in the fear that now we are fucked and we're in a bear market. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been in a bear market, and we confirmed it when we dropped sub 40K. It's just, that's the way it goes. And it actually confirmed it when we dropped 20%. A true bear market's 30%. Some people say 40%, but a true term, when you go over 20%, you're in bear market territory. Bitcoin was at 68K. That's almost 50%. That's well into bear market. Let's be honest with ourselves. But everybody tuning in, welcome, welcome. Pharaoh, welcome. Yep, same here, Sean. Same here. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Holy shit, 100 people it said. I know some people left, but 100 people were in here. Wow. Holy shit balls. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the 1 hour as well. And if somebody wants to send a donation on there so somebody can see, don't be shy. Don't be shy. But I'm already happy. All of you guys coming in here supporting me. Oh man, I couldn't be happier. So yeah, it could be. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm anticipating a move up to here. Wouldn't it make sense? I mean, there goes old Bessie. What's going on? Yo, yo, Power Gear. Yo, yo. And you're right, D-Man. Just wait. And MicroStrategies is down about 30% in the last couple of days. It's a catastrophe. So if you look at this logically, that's about an 11% gain from here, ladies and gentlemen. If this turns out to be a bull flag, but that's where I think we're going to cap any gains. The only reason that you could be like, oh, we would go up higher is if you see something like this and then you come up top here and then you're on the top side. Then you could be like, oh, okay. Maybe we are going to go up to there and get rejected. But like I said, I thought there was going to be a pump. It kind of fucked us over a little bit here because it didn't go down to 52. That's why I wanted to come on now too, because it's still cheap enough. It's under 60 cents to where you don't miss out on anything if we get this pump. But it did kind of fuck us because it's not going to go down to the wick, it looks like. And it's just going to come up just short. And it's going to use 54 or 55 cents as these double bottoms. And sometimes that happens. And it looks like, to me, because we don't have enough sell volume here, and we're seeing that very clearly in the 1 hour, let's be honest. There's shit for sell volume. We might have to go up another level here, and that's fine. I think we're going up there. So this is where if you were a risk taker, you could say, okay, I'm going to ride a 15% and it's XRP anyhow. Do you have enough of your portfolio? Like maybe this is where I buy 10 or 15% more XRP and say I'm going to take the hopes. And on that 10 and 15% or another 1,000 or 1,200 XRP, that can be my gamble. And then I can sell it after. And that could be my plus minus. So, and then if it's a bad trade, well, you know what? I fucked myself a little bit, but now I've got 4,800 on my liquid and I could just add 200 if need be. But that's up to you. That would be a gamble you have to weigh to yourself. To me, I don't even know if it's worth it. But right now, it definitely looks like this is a trade that might be worth making. Just because based on the extension here and how it looks like we could even extend out and have a second layer if we could hold there, and that would put us to 75. But that is where the bull trap would happen in full effect. But I don't want anybody to be fooled thinking it's just going to happen in one step. But it's going to happen in many different tricky ways. But now that we're on top of it like this, we can catch some of these swings. And like I said, I don't call it just to go down. I'll call a little bull push here too if it's warranted, and it just might be. But what did I do? Instead of going on a 10-minute, a 20-minute, a 25-minute update, I came on here live so we can talk. It's been 30 minutes. I have no plans of going anywhere, to be honest with you. So I do, like I said, I want to see some questions. I would love to see a new member of Tom's Army as well. You know, that goes without saying. Whoa, Sam, I just seen on Cash App. Thanks for the $25 donation. When I'm live, I do say the donations, unless you've told me otherwise. But thank you, Sam. I really appreciate that. We haven't had an altcoin season yet. I'll tell you what I think about it when it happens. I appreciate that, Lewis. I appreciate that greatly. So let me go. I wanted to check one other thing because I had an alert. I seen the Cash App, and I'm like, but there's other things happening. There's a lot of things that are down, like, in the tech sector. So, I mean, when I say a lot of things, guys, I mean a lot of things. Like, IDEX is down under $1. iBio is down under 50 cents. We just hit over 5,800 subscribers on the channel as well not too long ago. So I want to shout out to each of my viewers. I can't believe that. That's unbelievable. Only less than 200 subscribers away from 6,000. Okay, so, and then if you guys are trying to get my attention and you're like, you know what, I need something covered, send me even $2 on this live just so I feel special, and tell me what's coin. But I'll probably wander into it anyhow. All right, let's see. Yes. Yeah, that's the other one. Thank you, Stacy. Theta, I picked up 10 Theta. I forgot about that. 10 Theta. And it was at, I'll show you guys. Or not Theta, Filecoin, and I'm gonna show you guys where I did it. And it wasn't the bottom, Stacy. Don't think I was some expert and said I'm gonna do it here. Once it went under here, we had $18, and it was before it made this push up. It was like 1770 something right in here. After it made this V, I bought 10 of them. Nothing big, but I bought 10 of them. And it's something that I can do. And if we take weeks to do this, I can replenish that balance so that I can stay. I'm trying to stay as close to 5,000 liquid as possible on the bottom. That's the point. So I'm doing a good job right now. And yes, your guys' donations do help, believe me, because I'm not rich, but at the end of this, you could have $1,000, and if you just listen to me, you're going to add several zeros to your bank account. But yeah, 10 of them, Stacy. Nothing major. But I told you guys, I'm going to show you how to build this, and these will never be sold. These positions are not, this is not debatable. It is not debatable. These are not debatable. Period. And you got to live by it. And because we didn't buy it over the last 75%, 70%, we're able to do this, guys. And then if it goes down another 25%, so be it. But you're only using 10% of your portfolio, 15%. Theta, I have not bought any yet. I'm waiting for sub $2. Sean. I'm waiting for at least the $1.98 mark. But I've learned how to trade very successfully doing other things in the past. DGB, I have bought a few AK. I was telling everybody. I was hoping you heard it. But I mean, it's right at around the price. DGB, I only bought 6,500. Just look, I think 6,600 DGB when it was at 1.7 something. When I told you I was thinking about doing it, I had a buy order that got filled. So instead of selling it, I just kept it. It filled 6,500 out. I didn't think it was going to hit 1.7, whatever it did so quickly. But yeah, I got 6,500. I have 100 ZIL at just under 4 cents, and 1,000 ZIL just under 4 cents, and 1,000 V chain just under 4 cents. And then I have 10 Filecoin just under $18. And then 1,250 XRP at around 57 cents, and 1,250 XLM just about 16.8. So, but this is my coins. You can see my way I'm building it. I'm trying to get to 10,000 of everything. And then once I get to 10,000 of everything, then I'll get something else. Casper, I have not bought any, but I will have 10,000 Casper as long as I can afford it. But that is something I'll add a few thousand here in the very short term. Probably when that's my next purchase, to be honest with you. I'm glad you brought it up. Something I think is going to be big in the future, but it might have a huge drop still. If you do AK, you have to add a very small amount of it. To me, in comparison to my portfolio, my DGB is about 2% right now, or 3%. So do it in comparison. But that doesn't mean it's only going to be 3% of the portfolio when it explodes back up, and I'll be able to buy much more than 10,000 shares if I do it like this. Casper, I had a buy at 705 that I wanted to buy, but I didn't see it hit it. And I didn't want to buy it yet, but I absolutely, if this goes back, let's say this retraces back down to about 7.6, this is where I would probably buy my first 1,000 for 76 bucks. It doesn't seem like a lot, guys, but just 1,000 of Casper when it was 20 cents, 26 cents was 260 bucks. So you start doing it in sections. Like, I'm not a millionaire, but I'm going to show you how to make I showed you guys with $3,500. And now I'm about 6,200 almost. So you've watched me almost double my portfolio just in the time you've watched me. But that could be so much more. I've been taking money out, as you know, when I make $800, $900, $1,000 and I buy commodities, I put it in physical metals. So in my portfolio, it shows that I've only got about 1,500 of my own money in there. And I'm up 400 and something percent. But if I didn't take anything out, it would say that I had like $5,000 or $6,000 in there. Or wait a minute, I would have, what was it be? About 4,000, and I would be at about 17,000 in my account right now. So I'm doing it suavely and trying to put it in physical metals because I have my uphold card, and it works out beautifully to do it like this. Oh man, I was getting heart racing reading that. Tom, I was excited when you said this. It's going to be an epic modern day miracle. After now, 2020 is going to be a skyrocket. 2023 and beyond. So it's not just going to up. Yeah, it is going to be life changing because once the ISO is implemented, there's no going back. And a lot of people who are in Bitcoin and all these sham coins and don't understand the ISO and the Internet of Things and the other things like Theta that are going to stay around, like TFAM and other things like Tezos, just the reasoning behind it, and VeChain and the ZIL and the DGBs and the HBAR maybe, but they had some back end deals that could kick them in the nuts. Same thing with Cardano. They had a back end deal that could kick them in the nuts, but why would you buy ADA if you can buy Algo? And everybody who tells me to buy Matic, why the fuck would I buy Matic when Algo would literally drag its Algorand across the Matic network? No pun intended. And Matic is right now, and I don't mean to insult anybody who likes Matic, but let's just face the facts. Matic's at $1.47, and the Matic network couldn't give a hand job to the Algorand network without paying Algorand to have the pleasure of doing it. And Algorand's at 90 cents. So let's not kid ourselves with where the real value here is. And another thing, there's no way XRP is only 19.5 cents cheaper than IOTA. 29.5 cents cheaper than Algo. Another thing, that's how we know the market is out of whack. Oh, about the ISO? I have an ISO headquarters channel where I talk about the implementation. But real quick, guys, I need to get into this real quick. XLM, we've got this support at 19.4, and if we bounce off of this like this, we can come up, like I said, with XRP, if it comes up to 63 or 64 cents, you'd expect us to ride this support and show us some structure and come up into here. So I feel like that would be the better play than XRP. Nah, I take that back. They're the same. It's whatever you like more. So you're looking at a 10% pop here. I think, if we can hold this, it's starting to reveal itself. But yeah, I definitely have an ISO headquarters station where I cover, every day I do an update on the ISO. I cover the news and yada, yada, yada. It's in my video description on most of them. If not, just type in ISO headquarters on YouTube. No, ADA is, to me, I like ADA, but with all the other ones I have no reason to own ADA. No offense to everybody who likes Cardano. I just have no reason to buy Cardano when I'm going to have Algo. And if they ever add IOTA to the fucking network for me in the US on Uphold, I'll have IOTA. So, Algo, to me, I don't need Matic. IOTA, I don't need ADA. Same thing with Algo. I don't need ADA. I already have X. So to me, here's the words I live by. An XDC, if it ever gets on there, I'll own a lot of, that'll be part of my 10,000 portfolio as well. But XDC, as long as you have the Stellar, the Ripple, the Algorand, and the Fin, you can live by those words. And if you didn't buy anything else except those four, you'd be rich. You just need to know when to do it. Quant is Ripple based. Everybody gets it twisted. Quant runs fucking Ripple's whole thing. It is not part of Ethereum. Without Quant, you don't have Ripple, and without Ripple, you don't have XRP. So Quant plays a bigger role than everybody thinks. It's just so fucking expensive. I'm not buying that shit, and it's not even available to me anyhow. I have other things, like people don't understand how valuable Filecoin's going to be. Filecoin was $400+ last year. It's 18 bucks. Even on my 10 of them for 180 bucks, if it went back to 400 bucks, my 180 bucks would turn into 4K. And just 10 of them. You're talking about you start building a portfolio where you're like, you know what, I can be proud of this portfolio. I don't care what anybody says. I can be proud of this shit. I'm proud of the fact I'm up where I'm at when the market's getting killed. Technicals, Matthew, you're not wrong. I'm just telling you in the grand scheme the way it plays out. But no, you're right. Whoops. Oh, absolutely, Stacy. It's going way beyond. Nah, I'm not getting KuCoin, guys. Here's the thing. Uphold has stuck by, and they let me in my where I live when nobody else, not even KuCoin, would let me buy XRP. There was an Uphold. Uphold's in Australia, the freest place for crypto. Uphold also has a base in the United States. So I will never turn my back on Uphold. And the fees, I don't swing trade, so I'll work it out. And if I do swing trade, I'm up more than the 1.76%. But we'll cover IOTA. IOTA, if we have this little swing, the only thing that's concerning is this volume in the hour. It came down a little bit in the last hour, which is not abnormal. We just want to see a spike here. So let's go back to the 30-minute. Oh, wait a minute. I measured. Well, it's fine. We know where we're going if we go up to the 1 hour. Ethereum, I wouldn't even own. Like I said, if you're gonna own Ethereum, you can start to make a argument. Why don't you just have algo? In that case, that's one case I can understand Ethereum. Jeb, what's going on? Holy smokes, a real OG in the house. But Brian, yeah, that's what I think about that. The rest of them I love. I love the rest of the ones you own. So I owe to 82.38. Yeah, it is, Jeb. But the cool thing is I, when I know what's going on and now I stick and I understand what I'm seeing and I don't care what anybody else says. We were all so far ahead that none of us really know. I didn't feel the drop. It's just fun watching the drop. And fun starting to be able to start putting some long hold positions back together for eternity. And people are like, when are you going to sell? Never. I'm going to sell. What do you mean? If we're going into a digital era, why the hell am I going to? The only way I'm selling is if it goes into my bullion, like I said. And then it'll be turned into cash. I mean, into gold or silver. So if I can turn it into gold or silver and put it in my vault, well, obviously. It absolutely is. What could happen here, though, Jeb, is we could backtest this 30-minute time frame. As you can see, the extension starting. We're coming through. So, and with IOTA, if you look, we should extend into here, I would think, because then it would be this prototypical. And then we would have to decide how we react to that 82.38. But usually when it squeezes the 30-minute into the support, that's when you can start to figure out a level is going to form in here into an accumulation area to where it's either going to bounce down or they're going to accumulate and then you can bounce up, but you're going to have time to figure it out. So I think we're poised here for some of these to make a little bit of run. Better projects out than what? Hold on. Better projects out than what? Brian. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about? I just want to know. I don't want to say anything until I know which one you're talking about. But yeah, this is IOTA, and then we have the support at 70 cents. And honestly, this doesn't look like anything much more than a fake out up because we don't have any one candle here in the 30-minute even that's greater than the drop volume, and that's always a bearish indicator. Always. Miranda True, welcome in. That's a very long time in the crowd. We got a lot of long times in here. I see a lot of XRP projectors out here. That means you guys have been at least 6 months. Oh, yeah, way better than Ethereum. But in 2021, or end of 2020, that was a beautiful purchase. But now there's a lot of stuff coming out. I wouldn't be caught dead and wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot dildo, 50-foot dildo in that matter, Ethereum or Bitcoin with everything that's going on. ISO coins, or understand what you hold if they're not an ISO technical coin. Dancing Jesus and Pharaoh, what's up? Oh, yeah, Pharaoh for sure. You've been a part of Tom's Army for 6 months. I'm not going to say no to you, Ben, brother. So 36. So basically, guys, a synopsis of Bitcoin. We're down 472.6 points, 1.3% to 36,183.75. And we're looking to see if we can still get some kind of bounce down and up. But these are just projections. Obviously, it took this up route. But what we're looking at here right now, Dancing Jesus, if we can get on top of this 30-minute, but we got rejected by it. And this is what's holding up all the rest to where they could just be a fake out up to where we might not get the 10 or 12%. So are we going to come up here and just keep rounding the bottom? Because that's a possibility. We are showing some signs of a topping reversal. There's no volume even in Bitcoin where we have any 30-minute segment that's greater than any of the drop volume at its highest peak. So that's always a telltale sign that we don't have enough buyers here, guys. Look at the sellers. Even though they're scattered, every one time the sellers bought were greater than any of these buy orders that you can put together. Any of them. There's two bigger 30-minute candles there. You got to see some kind of strength. Right now, the bears are just, they're twiddling our dicks right now, and they're letting us bleed. For anybody who's not paying attention. And when you get rejected by the 30-minute time frame, you don't want to be buying in when you're getting rejected by it. You'd much rather see yourself go over it. Because you're not just going to go, you're like, this is just not going to happen. You're not just going to go, you're going to have to work over and then get rejected there and then push yourself up. That's probably the way it would work out. So you're going to have a chance to buy 36.5, let's say. So why not just, you know, and right now, I don't even think this is the time of the market you swing. If you're buying right now, whatever small percentage you're buying right now, like I've revealed mine, the small percentage that you buy right now, you have to hold this until we get to the bottom. This is just so you can buy and start building up your portfolio in a nice way. And then you keep doing your daily allotment that you put into your crypto fund. Like now that we started dropping like this and we gotten into the bear market territory, I'm going to start putting another $150 a week like I used to, or $50 a day, or $20 a day onto my crypto account. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but that means every week, even $20 a day, it's $140. $560 a month. And this isn't going to be the last drop. So we've got plenty of time, guys. Until November of 2022, this is the accumulation time to get rich. And not by the size of your portfolio, the positioning of your portfolio. With what I'm going to teach you guys, if you stay tuned, and how I'm going to show you guys how to do this, because nobody else is going to tell you how to do it. And if they know how to do it, they're obviously not telling you how to do it because they're morons. 103 likes. Holy smokes. If we just do this together, no one can stop us. That's what, nobody. Nothing can stop us. I can read the charts better than anybody, and I proved it to you guys for, now nobody debates it. I don't even, you notice in the comments, nobody says anything for the last couple months. And then every time they say something 2 days later, they have to leave my channel because they look like a dope. That's what happened when I shut up and let my charts do the talking and not recognize. I just let the stuff happen and I focus on my audience. And you guys help me live it and learn it. Especially Tom's Army. So that's what I'm seeing with Bitcoin. So that 36,396 is all we need to pay attention to. If we're under that, we know we're bearish. If we go above it and we get above that 36,000, roughly 500, we might be able to push a little bit of bullishness, you know, before this Fed talks, and that's fine. Like I said, I positioned about $1,000 out of my 6,000 now $100 or $200 portfolio. I've got 5,000 liquid, and with it going up a little bit since I bought them at the bottoms of these dips, I've added a couple $100 in profit, obviously, but I used $1,000 of my funds. Let's just put it that way. So still 5,000 liquid, and I'm very happy. Luis Sanchez, $1.99 to ask to join Tom's Army. You should be able to join Tom's Army right on here so everybody can see. Oh, you had to fucking pay $1.99 to fucking... Here, let me put that in. I get it. You're not part of Tom's Army, so to comment you donated, that was fucking clever. Look at that. What a clever son of a bitch Luis is. Alright, hold on. Let me try to do this on here. I'm going to try to put a link on here for you, my brother. And if this doesn't work, the only thing that sucks, if this doesn't work, you're going to have to do it through a website, like your desktop browser. So I just put it in the video description. I just put a video description in the link below us. So anybody who wants to join Tom's Army that's watching, join. Look, I'm a member for over 6 months as well, because if you don't believe in yourself, who the hell will? And there's this cool Swing Traders Anonymous and ISO headquarters guy. that runs channels on YouTube that's also subscribed to my channel. So, you know, one could say I'm paying 3 times the amount to watch my own channel. Hey, if I can't support myself, who will? And those are entertainers. So who's to say they're not real? I'm almost a partner after all. Oh, and while we're letting Lewis do what he's doing and letting him get back to me. Oh, nope, we're not making this mistake again. Remember, if I would have switched, then it would have ended my live stream. Not making that mistake again. If you guys want to go check out my Swing Traders Anonymous, we are literally on the ball, on the doorsteps of partnership. We have 993 subscribers. All I need is 1,000 subscribers, and I'll be partner. I've got over the 4,000 watch hours. So if anybody's interested in doing that, I'm going to share this in the link below. But we get about 500 views per video on here. It's been spectacular. And if you don't know, I cover the total crypto market cap, Tether, Bitcoin, the Bitcoin BITO, that's the ETF, 1 of 2. I cover the Bitcoin dominance chart. I also cover Ethereum and Tether every single day. So if you want to see, and I think everybody should join that, because if you want to see the overall perspective of the market, the perspective of the market, that's one way to see it. Let me see if I can put this in here. And then we're going back to the charts. I'm done pissing and moaning about my channel. So 7 people is all I need, and I'll be partner on that station when they extend the offer. So that's Bitcoin. I don't even know how long we've been on. 52 minutes already. Holy shit balls. So let's go back to the watch list. So we got to do algo since we did IOTA. And it looks like we could have one of these fake M's that could come up here. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. I think that's where we're going. If I had to guess, I think that's where we're going. So is algo a good buy right now? One could say. Because you're looking at about a 10% gain. So Triple B, I totally agree, and I'm glad you stuck around, and you've absolutely been inspirational with some of the things you've told me, and just a lot of people that have helped me shape the way that I do these updates. Theta, we got this rejection point up here if we get rejected at $2.65, and we've got support way down there if we break this $2.27 at $1.98, and that's what I'm looking for to start buying some Theta. It'll probably just start out with something basic, like maybe 100 Theta. And like I said, I'm going to try to do this as long as it gives us enough time. We're going to do this properly, and we're going to do this professionally, and I'm going to show you guys how to build the proper portfolio where you don't have to be like, oh my God, I'm going broke every 2 seconds. I couldn't care less what it does right now. I want it to go down, but if it goes up, I've got a little bit of position, a very small amount of my position. I'll go right to it in a sec. There goes old Bessie. So for XDC, we got support at 5801. We're going to maybe try to push the 30-minute just above the 6-7. So that's what we're looking at here. But we're getting beaten down by the short-term moving average. So if we can't get out of the 50-day moving average and the 30-minute, we're screwed. But this is often where you get the fake hook back with the volume. You see how low it is? That's a telltale sign that we got to find more sellers to push it farther down. We've exhausted the sellers at this exact area, in my opinion, is what it looks like. Because it looks like to me we have a slanted M, and to me that's a telltale sign that this isn't quite over yet. I could be a dope. I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? Old Bessie would say, oh, hell no. But I do anyhow. This is what I'm seeing, guys. So would I kick you in the nuts for making a buy now? If it goes down, would I say you're stupid? Hell no. Look how cheap it is. We're sub 60 cents, ladies and... Well, I think we just went over 60 cents, but... You know, that's what we're saying, but... Is there better buys? Maybe. But if you're advancing a position, these are the spots where you do it slowly but surely. We're not going to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Not yet. We can't even get to the moon until, at earliest, to start the rocket ship and start at least trying to hunt for gas. We can't even hunt for the plutonium, or we can't hunt for the kryptonic currency until at least November 2022. Then we can buy the kryptonic fuel to get to the kryptonic promised land. But other than that, You know, we're fucked. It's our kryptonite right now. We're not going nowhere. You betcha there goes old Bessie. But that's what happens, guys, when you know what's going on. So obviously I'm gonna have to end this shortly. I do appreciate everybody sticking around, but fuck. It's almost an hour. I like to do an hour if I can. And I could. So let's so if anybody wants to send a blessing, you're running out of time. If not, it's just been a pleasure for everybody to be here. If anybody wanted to join Tom's Army live on air, at least we got a little bit of we got some people that were like, hey, I might join. That's all I care. Pharaoh, no problem. Darren, no problem at all. I enjoy doing it, to be honest with you. I love each and every one of you. It's one big happy family. While I'm on here, obviously I got to go over Doge. Doge is in the same predicament. Is this an M-topping reversal or is this a fake out? My gut is telling me, because the volume's crashing, that this is a fake out and we're going to go up one more level. And Doge, as AK knows, is a very interesting one. If we hold this level, we'll probably hold this 1456. So that would be question one and probably end there and then start coming back down. But we could end there as well. So you'd at least be looking at with Doge, if you buy it right here, at worst 6%. But I'm thinking with most of these, if we come up here, you're probably going to get that accumulation dump zone. Kenny, what's going on? You caught a live stream right at the end, right at the bittersweet end. And I'm honored because on this live stream, we actually went over 100 people viewing at once. That's crazy. We will. Pharaoh, we will, but the secret to getting rich is never talking about it. Even though it's nice to say. But one day you're just gonna know it and you're not gonna say anything. And it's not gonna be rich by seeing $1 million in your bank. You're gonna see your position and you're gonna see how cheap everything is, how much it only costs you, and you're gonna say, you know what? I am gonna be rich. We know where the market's going. We know collectively people who watch YouTube are down about 75 to 80%. Right? Even more probably. It could be more probably because they're swing trading and doing things they shouldn't do because they don't understand it. The rich always like to hold because they buy now, let the market shuffle, right? And then it goes up. Then when it comes down farther than this, they buy more, let the market shuffle. Comes down farther than that again, buy more. That's what you do. But they don't start buying on the first dip of 20%. Notice I didn't make any purchases until now. And Kenny, I told everybody my portfolio, so I'm going to tell you right now. D-Man, $19.99. Holy shit balls. Wow. I feel so honored. That's a crazy big donation. Thank you so much. But Kenny, I'll get back to that. But Kenny, I have 1,250 XRP at about 57 cents. I have 1,250 XLM because I'm keeping it 1-to-1 with XRP XLM. I made up my mind. I have 1,250 XLM at about 16.8. I have 6,650 approximately DGB at about 178. I have 1,000 ZIL at just under 4 cents, 1,000 VeChain at just under 4 cents, and I have 10 Filecoin at just under $18. I have $5,000 liquid still. But I have been doing good. I'm up, I showed everybody that I was up about 420% on the year and yada, yada, yada. Nothing major because I didn't have a ton of money in it. But now if I was 400 and something percent up this year on 6,000 plus, now we're talking. And then if you do it again next year, now you're talking life-changing money. But we have to take the course and the steps. And none of these need to be sold, guys. Like I said, you're never going to hear me say I sold. Guys, I feel so great because I get to build my long bags back up. I no longer have 0 XRP. I no longer have 0 XLM. They're small amounts compared to what I want. But I no longer, if XRP went to $1,000 tomorrow, like they say, kind of thing. But this is all I ever wanted. Nope, Brian, don't. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you're not paying taxes on that. Because you're theoretically, to me, you're not missing out on it because you can keep adding it when it comes way down here. And if it gets to 10 cents, you can buy as much or 20 cents as you already had. You'll figure out a way, I'm sure. And then it doesn't matter. You'll have double as much. And when it gets back there, instead of having 17 grand, you'll have 34. Just think of it that way. Easy way to think about it. The portfolio don't mean dick as long as you know what you have. As long as you have an ISO coin, you're fine. XRP, even if it went to shit, will one time retest its all-time highs and then die. Because you have too many people up there. There's just too many people to go and hunt them. And then it'll hunt the shorts all the way up to the long at the all-time highs. And then it'll go right back down. Me too, Ken, but I finally learned. I can look at my account portfolio. Oh, and I have $52 worth of, or $25 worth of Shiba that I bought when it was at like 1.7 or whatever, real cheap before that little pump. That turned into $29, but that was just to get my balls deep. Because everyone I buy is ones that I'll be pushing into. But that's what I'm saying, Kenny. I learned. I have 5,000 liquid still, and I have my inside. I have no bad and harbor ill will. I'm not going nowhere, guys. I changed my mind. In fact, give me a minute. I'm going to go. I have from Michigan's loss because I didn't get to drink any of it. Some Jack Daniels. So I'm going to pour a glass with some Coke, some ice cubes. I'm going to sit here and drink and have a smoke with you guys. How does that sound? Okay. Oh, we can order it tomorrow, I promise, okay? Don't worry about it, we'll order it in the morning. You just relax and sleep when you're ready, okay? I love you. Can I help you, kitty? Oh, let me guess, you want food. Okay. All right. Let's see how many people stuck around. Oh, legalization's coming. It's one step to where we know we're fully under the government's control. So anyhow, 55 people in here. So obviously I'm not going to be around for much longer, but I did want to say a goodbye to everybody who did stick around. So any questions? So we see those. The last thing I wanted to do was Shiba. And Shiba's kind of doing the same thing it did at the top. But like I said, are these tricky topping reversals here that are disguising themselves? I don't know. I don't know, because some of them, the 30 minutes, are looking very shady, as some of them are having, shady fall downs in the 30 minutes. So is Shiba a little bit ahead of these? I don't know. But this 30-minute volume looks bad for the last two 30-minute segments. I'm glad you're a part of it too, Jan. What happened to my comments? All right, driver. And I don't even drink pop unless I drink, and I don't drink a lot. So the last time I drank was during the football game. So I figured, what the hell? My mom took my son. The step kids are back at their dad's. So we have a kid-free house for the first time in months. Yes, Lewis. From donors, unfortunately. If it ever gets shed to light, there's some shady stuff about the some of the donors. No, I understand that, driver. I don't know. I never. I drink water. It sounds crazy, but I have an ice maker, and I'll grab a bottle of water and I drink it in the morning. Julie laughs at me because I walk around like I'm drinking like a high class drink, and it's my bottle of purified drinking water, and I pour it into my Michigan Big Ten championship cup, and I put crushed ice in it, and I'll pour the water in there like I'm drinking some prestigious drink, and everybody laughs because it's water. The hell with them. Water's good for you. And then I'm drinking out of my Big Ten championship cup, so what do they know? Julie laughs about that, but I told her if we ever won the Big Ten championship, that's what I'm going to do. And I do. I don't drink coffee, so I get up in the morning and I drink my cup of water like that all day. And the more I drink water and the less I drink other things and like juices and all that, you feel a lot better. And I've been doing like a liver and kidney flush. So, because diverticulitis runs in my mom's side and my mom has it, so, you can always feel those pains if you eat the wrong way. But where the hell's HBAR? So many comments I can't see. There it is. 0.203. So 205 is the resistance, but you guys see how perfect these levels are? It just, when you start to see when we get squeezed, that's why when we start to come down, you start to jot these levels down. They don't seem important at the time, but as you go through, you see how we got this area of 19.9 and 25? It starts to become squeezed. There is, Lewis. They took, behind the scenes, they took some donations to get off the ground that could be seen as possible initial coin offerings, as it turns out. We don't know, though, because we can't find the exact details, but that's some of the things that I've been able to come across over the past few months. And then T-Fuel as well is doing the same thing, and they're in that weird spot in this 50-day right now. You see how they're crossing each other? So it's doing a weird thing here. So it could be ready to push up to 14. If it pushes up, we're going to 14.1. The 30 minutes right at my support resistance, so it's going to hit it perfectly. No problem, Lewis. Yeah, if we fall down, it's going to go to 1.3. That's why, unless you're buying, like for you, AK, you're looking to buy it all at once for the next pump, you don't buy it here. You buy for the real pump if you're not looking to swing because you don't want to take that risk. For DGB, I would say you're safer buying DGB. And there is this, I made the extension point right here because I said we could go down to 1082, but when I started measuring it out, the real drop that I think would be more appropriate here would be 1366 when we break 1748. Did you get a token? I don't know, Craig. I gave out so many of them. Were you part of the first 100 and something people that were in this community? I'm talking like the first so many that were part of this community, actual subscribers. Not paid. Some people didn't even they weren't even part of that group. A couple people joined the $99.99 a month for 1 month, got a token. One person did it for a few months and got a few tokens. One person never even got their tokens. They said they didn't want it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. Honestly, if I didn't send some people them, and I don't know. That was something I did so long ago that somebody brought up in the comments. If you were around, you would have known about it, and you would have sent me your address or whatever. And if for whatever reason I sent, I know to two different Lewises, so it's I don't know. I'd have to look at the addresses. But that was something I did through donations when they were coming in at a more generous pace, let's just say. But hey, yeah, Lewis, I know you do. I'm surprised you never got one. Yeah, I think so. I think as long as XRP doesn't move up past this level, even if it goes up, we can still have my scenario play out. The only way my scenario can't play out is let's go back to XRP. And it'll play out in a different way. We just won't be able to have the 43% gain, which is what I said. I don't want to get cock blocked here by doing this. If it goes up to 64 cents, then before the Fed talks, this is going to take another day to play out, so then it's just going to go down. Have a good night, Sean. Oh, thanks, Kenny. I do my best. I do my best. We have 122 likes. Holy shit. That means everybody coming in here is hitting the like button. Wow. What can I say? So yeah, this is what I'm seeing though, guys. So let me light my joint. But yeah, it can absolutely play out. And the other thing is if we get rejected here, see how we're getting squeezed? If we get squeezed into this zone, and I told you all my stuff, if you watch, it all plays into here for a reason. It looks like just a bunch of scribble and lines before all of it plays out. But look how perfectly this makes it plays in here. Nobody knew that was going to be the little wedge that we were going to trade inside of when I made that. But it plays out into these perfectly. And by the technicals, I'm trying to make accurate. This is like when you watch sports trading or sports betting. This is like the analytics. I do the analytics based on the most likely thing to happen. 52 cents, 48 to 52 cents, Ken. When Bitcoin's around 32,600, it could possibly wick down anywhere bound to 30,000. Well, I mean, I have a class starting tomorrow, but it's just cumulative. So if you join, you get just for the next 4 weeks, you know. Plus, you get the last, what is it, 2, 4. I think the last 4 to 8 classes you would get for free that are saved on the drive for 30 days or 14 days or whatever it is. I don't hide that from anybody. So once you join, you get those. Oh, I got you, Kenny. Like I've been telling people, DGB is going to be a solid bet. That could, if it hits that 1-3 area, you're looking at a better than probably, you could probably get 60%. I think it would be a great bet. But there's going to be a lot of them that are going to, I don't think there's a wrong answer, honestly, because with some of them, the exchange, you know, you might get the same rate. But if it's high volatility, there might not be as many DGB on your exchange to go around, so it might just cost you more. Lewis, I'm not going to tell you to do that. They're both solid coins, but me personally, at this stage, there is no way in hell at these prices I would own HBAR over XLM. Just personal opinion. I'm not trying to tell anybody that HBAR sucks, but what I'm telling you is Stellar is in fact one of the end-all be-alls. Like I said, if you only own 4 coins, Algo with the Algorand, XDC with FinTech, Stellar XLM, Ripple, XRP, you're already ahead of the game and you don't even need anything else. Yep, Algo and Theta will be. And Algo is one I'm highly considering buying because it's so cheap. I mean, Kenny, we're sub 9. Can you even believe we're talking about Algo already being at 91 cents and it was all the way down to what, 80, 81? The fact it even hit that ridiculous support down there that I thought I was crazy about, I can't even believe it. But if it holds this, Kenny, that's what we're looking at for Algo. We'd probably get a run up to about $1. Well, you're not going to be able to find it unless I send you a link, Lewis. Email me. Because I can't send you it on here because people that aren't part of Tom's Army will see. No one's going to give that information on here. That's something that only goes to Tom's Army members, as everybody knows. And when they enter the Telegram, they agree not to be giving that out because we want it spam-free and to only members who are on the same level and people that are believing and on the same cause. Not saying if you're not joined that you're not, in the same cause, but it's got to be people that are putting that extra step forward because I'm putting a lot of work into the Telegram even because I try to be there as often as I can. And they're always the first to know what I'm doing. Oh, dude, Ken, I told you. It was like it's like I woke up and had a miracle when I seen Algo was on there. And then again, another one, Kenny, they put Shiba on uphold in my region like 3 days ago. I couldn't believe it. I was shitting bricks because that's, no matter what anybody says, that's the cheapest ISO coin that I can think of right now. And yeah, it's not going to be as expensive as XRP, XLM, Algo, and all those. But for that price, for that tier, you're going to make substantial profit. There's going to be a day when the Shiba has its move like Doge did. If Doge can do it, Shiba can do it, and Shiba's burning coins all the time, so it's going to have its day. Just remember. Yeah, Lewis, go to the members-only area on YouTube and scroll through. I've put down a bunch of times the Telegram. All you got to do is click on it. It'll bring you right there. And if it doesn't show on your app, go to the desktop browser. That's the easiest way right now while I'm on the live. You can get right into there. But if you're wondering what Lewis is talking about, it's the Telegram. The Telegram's up to 137 members. It's at an all-time high. It is absolutely lit. You've got stuff coming in here all the time. And we've got so much information. This is just from today, guys. And I could keep doing this, but there's so much shit going on. So many people talking. There's anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 people on at a time at any given time. We're all in different parts of the world. But we're always giving information. There's whale alerts. It's just over-fucking-whelming. What is this, Richie? I need a confirmation between entry and my liquidation price on my trade, 67.8. Watch this, guys. Don't jump out. And this is because he's part of my Telegram. We talk privately. I'm sorry, Richie, but I didn't mean to show everybody this, but it sounds like you need information now, so don't jump out unless... Now we got to match it up, though. I'm not just going to give him bullshit information, but I got to make sure, even though I'm confident in my numbers in my head, he doesn't have to worry right now until XRP were to break 62,754 on that position. So... just that easy, guys, to get peace of mind. And I'm around all day, every day. I barely sleep. Yep, driver, hell yeah. Everybody, it's been crazy. I honestly, I don't do baby Doge. That baby Doge, XR Doge. I don't care about any of those. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I've got bigger and better things to worry about than baby Doge. But I think it's interesting if you got some cash lying around. I personally don't have any cash to spare for any of that nonsense. Even if it's something big, to me, it's just I have a lot of things that I've been planning for a long time, and that's just not part of it. I don't have the wandering eye to those coins. Yeah, 205 is the resistance right here, Lewis, and 1999 is the support. Shiba? Yeah, I mean, we're coming up to critical areas. If we don't hold this and we come back down, I see 1715 tested. And then obviously if you break down through that, because we are creating, guys, this is the thing on Shiba. I know all the FUD stations like Miles and Hayden and all these other douchebags that can't read a chart or can but are getting paid to say all the dumb shit. If this continues to the downside, the 1715, it's not going to hold this because there's an M-topping reversal. So what's going to end up playing out here, and it's disguised because of how high up we came, and I can almost guarantee with This is what it's going to play out to. I can almost guarantee it. I've been a part of this for a long time now, watching the crypto, and it seems longer than it's been. And it might not go as far as we think. And we might have to base it on something like this in the 30-minute. Even though if you do it in the 4-hour, you'll be able to see the difference. We have a continuation all the way to the downside. I mean, a pull down. So we could theoretically come down, but I don't want to come all the way on the trend line because I don't want to use every bit of it to say, oh, it's going to come all the way through this drop. Because you had that, right? So I don't want to use all that. I'm only going to go from here to be conservative and say, okay, we got to drop like this. And then if we come here, we would come down to somewhere in here. And this would be a conservative estimate if we broke down. And this is, in fact, an M-topping reversal. Obviously, if we break up, right, you move this to an equal move. And now you start to get some confluency. And you could have a move to 2824. If we break up, that's your expected move up. And it would retest the drop point. If we break down, it's coming down to 1300. So that means if we break down, you're looking at approximately a 37% drop. If we break up, you're looking at approximately 35 to 37. Yep, Stacy, I just started picking up some. I've only got about, like I said, I picked up $25 worth when I was at 1715 or 1775 or whatever the hell it was at 17 whatever, because it just got added to my exchange and I was so excited. Had I have known, because I wasn't paying attention, it was going to go up like 15%, but now I have $28. Yo, Randad Hoy, welcome in. John Gibbs, what's going on? Yeah, I do my best. I do my best. And like the charts, like I always tell you guys, they come so easy to me. Like why nobody would listen? I mean, some people are just, you know, they just don't want to face the facts because, you know, it goes against the thinking of what everybody's told you. And then when you're like, oh, should I actually do work? Nothing ever comes easy, ladies and gentlemen. And most of the people that once had a bunch of money in all this are liquidated. There was paper gains, like I warned everybody months ago. Don't get caught up in liquid or paper gains. There's nothing worse than seeing $20,000, $10,000, $8,000, $100,000 on your screen, depending on your financial wealth, and then seeing it get caught by a zero. Right? So with experience, so now, you know, I did it the right way this time, and I've been preaching, but obviously you guys are going to have to see a history build with me. You're not just going to be like, oh, I can trust this guy, unless you can see it happening and you can see me benefiting. It's the way it works. And the only difference here between me being a millionaire and preaching to you guys and not is you're watching me become a millionaire. That's the only difference. I'm showing you the inside look of how XRP Future Millionaire became a millionaire. Period. I already know it's going to happen because I know what I'm doing. It took me a long time to even have the money to do what I'm doing because I had to work out of a big hole after breaking my back. 38 years old. I told Julie by the time I'm 43, probably I'll be a millionaire. What that million's worth and the dollar, who knows, but I'll have it mostly in gold and silver. And then I'll have it in my crypto, in the digital. And everybody who watches me will also be millionaires. It's just, that's the way it works. Because you're watching me through this time in history. Everybody who watched me and ignored me, they're going to be really sorry. Because this only happens once, ladies and gentlemen. You really think in 2024? Let's just look at 2025 perspective now that we're already in 2022. In 2025, I'll be 41 years old. In 2025, right? At the ripe age of 41 years old, if you go all the way to the end of 2025, because my birthday is December 17th. My epiphany happened when I was like 11 years old, and I always knew by my early 40s I would be a millionaire, and I've told everybody it. I just didn't know how. So, but I was like 11 years old, and I had a dream that when I was in my early 40s, and I kept feeling it, that I would do something that would change me, but it would happen sometime in my late 30s. And I was like, it's all horseshit, because I didn't plan on anything until after my 20s, because I thought I was going to be permanently blind by the time I was 30. That was my diagnosis when I was 28. By the time I was 28, I wouldn't be able to see out of either eye, and I'd have to have a double eye transplant and hope to God it worked. Well, fortunately, from the time I was like 8 and on, my right eye never got affected. The scarring was minimal. My left eye can't see shit. But I always had the vision. So once I passed 28, I had already broke my back. I had no fucking plans. I didn't think I was going to even have a chance. So then I started burying cable lines and yada, yada, yada. You guys know the story. But I, 11 years old, basically. And at 8 years old, I had a dream that I was in purgatory and I didn't know what it was. And I freaked out. I was stuck. And I didn't know, but I was also having sleep paralysis, which I've suffered for over 30 years. And I've come to terms with it, but it always happens when I'm nervous and my mind's racing and I can't, my mind's just going so fast when I'm sleeping. I'm waking up while I'm still, my body's sleeping. But for years, I didn't know what it was. And when I was a kid, I have vivid memories of going into sleep paralysis and thinking I was in, like, being punished by God. At 8, imagine that feeling, because I was stuck in a black darkness. I thought I was in fucking, purgatory. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And for years, I never even heard the term sleep paralysis. I was so young. The internet wasn't prevalent like it is now when I was 8. Literally, when I was in elementary going into junior highs, when they finally put the internet into schools. That's how old I am. Yeah, and this thing that sucks about sleep paralysis is if you don't get up and wake up your body, every time you fall back to sleep, you instantly fall back into it. And before you know it, you're like, motherfucker. And you try, listen, the more you try to wake up, you can't, guys. If you've never experienced sleep paralysis, and it's not like listen, I've heard all the bullshit about aliens and all this stuff. The bottom line is you're conscious enough to know that you're trying to wake up. You're trying to move, and you can't move. You can move your fingers a little bit, so slow, and you can't breathe, and it feels like you're suffocating. And I remember the dream the first time I was driving in the back of a car. I didn't know who I was driving with, and we were going up and down hills. And all of a sudden, I thought I was dying in my dream because I couldn't breathe, but I could feel it in real life that I couldn't dream, and I was trying to wake up, and I could move real slow, and that was the first time it ever happened, and I will never forget. I'll never forget. But I've had it for years, but now I've come to terms with it, and it's happened up until a couple weeks ago. It always happens, every so often. But to me, it's a way to connect now, and if you understand it, now I don't freak out when I go into sleep paralysis. If you calm down, though, and you just pay attention to your surroundings and you start to go with it, you'll wake up and be like, son of a bitch, I woke up. But yeah, you can't. Nobody could wake me up. Julie tried when I was in sleep paralysis. And then when you wake up, you jump up. You're jumping awake. But people try to wake, and it's like you're in a different realm, dude. I swear it's like we're escaping into a different dimension. Like somehow the highly intellect are connected through this. I'm not saying that I'm the smartest person in the world, but when I did get an IQ test, I stunned everybody because of how high it was, and they didn't believe it, and they made me take it 3 times. Even different online tests they made me take to try to confirm it, because it always tested around 150. And in school, I was a C student, because every time I would try to argue the stands or argue what they were saying, they would say, oh, you can't go against the book, and they'd mark it wrong. So obviously I was a C student, even though I was an A+ when it came to the actual facts, because I wasn't Obama. Because here's the deal. There's a reason why the communists once said, give me 8 years of your child's life, and I'll control them forever. Or they'll be my servant forever. Because it only takes 8 years. That's why my son will never see a public school. No, driver, and it's something that not a lot of people can understand unless you experience it for real. And it's a crazy, and I know we've strayed from crypto, but hey, sometimes when we go live, we talk personal. Because I don't get to talk to you guys live all that often. Brian, you've had it since 16. Oh, yeah. It's a crazy thing. I can't believe how many people have been dealing with that. Absolutely. Stockholm Syndrome, indeed. Hey, I'm Durif. Thank you for following on Twitter. And guys, on Twitter, believe it or not, we're up to 518 followers. Can you believe that? I don't even advertise Twitter anymore. That is fantastic. 518. I look at things and I'm like, wow, I must be really making something now in the crypto world, because I feel like the audience, you told me a long time ago I was gonna have a big drop in the audience, a big drop in subscribers, because let's face it, you said that I made a great call. People were gonna do 1 month, and I was gonna have to either fold and feel sorry for myself, or I was gonna have to figure out how to reinvent myself into what I wanted. and not what people wanted. And guess what happened? I went all the way down, probably about 35%, like Ken said. Got suspended on YouTube for expressing my views for a week. And I really did have to reinvent myself, but don't think those words weren't to the heart, Ken. A lot of you guys who were talking and telling me not to give up with certain things too. But because of YouTube, I started a second channel, and now that second channel is already only 7 subscribers away from partnership, believe it or not. And then my third channel that I started while I was suspended, because I wanted to do 2 channels still when I got suspended, has turned into the world acclaimed ISO headquarters, which I think is something fucking fantastic. And I think it's something cutting edge on YouTube that I'm way ahead of my time with the ISO headquarters because the implementation hasn't started fully. But wait till 2024 when I've got 2.5 years. That channel is going to explode. I guarantee it. And then with Swing Traders Anonymous, the way we switched the identity and turned it into the home for the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Swing Traders Anonymous, the Bitcoin ETF, the BITO, and Tether, I think that was an absolutely beautiful transformation. And now if you just follow my stations, you get cutting edge ISO news. You get the market with the total crypto market cap all the way down to Tether, Bitcoin, and what I just aforementioned. And then you come to here for the home of the XRP Future Millionaire, where we discuss Bitcoin, XRP, XLM, BGB, and the ISO coins as I see fit. And I love it. I got a lot of information. I've done a lot of... And like, how many people do you know that can keep up with all of this and then say, oh, by the way, we haven't even touched the commodity section. The other 75% of my money, crypto only has $6,000 right now of my money. Physical metals has 4 times almost that. Commodity stocks have about 1.5 times that. So crypto is the smallest part of my portfolio, and people are shocked by it. And when I look around and see what I have now, it's like, damn, the charts. You're learning, Tom. You turned into a real man now. I was always a man because I was always generous and I was always good to women and I was responsible for my stuff. But now I've become a real man. You know, that's just the way it looks. That's how I look at it now. And not just because I can take care of my family, because I'm taking care of others. It's the most important thing. When you start to get ahead, you have to look for everybody else. I always wanted to be in this position. You guys don't even know. I always wanted to be in this position. I always felt it. I always knew I was supposed to do this kind of stuff. I just didn't know what. I always knew I was going to be an influencer of something. But I think this is far greater. I'm not an influencer. I'm not. I think that's a shallow for what I do. I'm not an influencer. I think I'm a revolutionizer. And someday everybody's going to look back and be like, I can't believe I knew that guy before we had all this. And then we're all going to talk and chat, and the newcomers are going to be like, man, I wish I was a part of that. I'm going to be like, yeah, and what a struggle it was, ladies and gentlemen. John Gibbs, $49.99, small donation. Holy shit. A $49.99 donation in my world is not a small donation. Looking forward to the future with your direction. Small donation to thank you for all you've saved me. John, my man. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't come on here and I'm not like, I need donations. I'll come on here and and I'll ask or tell you guys if you want me to see it, do it. But honestly, you guys know it as well as I do. I would do this if, yeah, obviously it wouldn't be as cool and proactive, but I really think like we have something historic building here now. Like, am I wrong to think that? And I know I'm going away from the charts right now because I'm waiting for something to build here. I mean, I'm still watching XRP. Ethereum is the same topping reversal, 2381 support. So we're watching that to see if this pulls up. And if it does, we'll come up to approximately, we've already got this down, 2543 roughly. Whoops. But am I wrong to think we actually are going to do something special here? Like, this is going to be the #1 station on YouTube for crypto at some point. So, what did I miss? What the hell's Rose? I don't know what Rose is, AK. I'll be honest with you. I've never typed in Rose. What the fuck's Rose? I'm not being a dick. I don't know what Rose is. I'm assuming this is Rose. Let's see what Rose is. I've never even heard of Rose. I must not be hip. I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be doing something. Like I said, we got to see if these are on M topping reversals. I mean, you're going to know very quickly. It came right back down to test. I mean, it's almost too perfect how perfect these are all coming down. Just for future reference. So if I pull this up, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I do. So that's where you're looking to get at in the 30-minute. But I mean, fuck. I don't know. That's risky. Because if you're in an M topping reversal, you might come up to here about right there to get rejected. So that's what I would say your trading range is, to be honest with you. 33-cent resistance, 31.5 support. We fall through 31.5. You're coming to probably 28.8. A small chance on a wick here that somewhere in the 30 cent. It could be, but it almost seems too perfect the way all these are lining up. So we could have a small pump up, but like we were talking about in the Telegram, me and you when we were private messaging, something don't seem right here. But like I said, I bought small amounts to cover myself either way. And it's not even to cover myself on a pump up. It's so that when it's at these levels, now I don't buy this level again when it drops to it. I have to go to the next level. And then again, I can't buy it till it goes to the next level. And it's small amounts. But those same amounts, spending the same amount, turns into more because the shares are cheaper. So $1,000 at 55 cents is not $1,000 at 48 cents. $1,000 at 48 cents, right? You're getting 2,000, what, 2,200 almost XRP, 2,100, maybe 2,050. I don't know what it is, but it's over 2,000. At 57, what are you getting? 1,000. I don't even know. My brain's not working, but you're getting much less XRP. So every time you do it, you're getting more and more and more. So it makes it look even better. The point is by the time if you had 5,000 XRP, instead of buying it at $1.35, or that 10,000 XRP, let's just say at $1.35, it would cost you 13,500. At 57 cents, it would cost you 5,700. For anybody who says long haul technicals don't matter, well, they just cost you $8,000. Do technicals matter? I would fucking say so. And if you don't want $8,000, well, freely, I have my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and XRP. You can just donate it to me. Just give me your XRP and I'll donate you a little bit back when I make more off of it. Ooh, I envy you. I want IOTA. Oh, I want IOTA, and at these prices, oh, this time I want IOTA. But I'm okay because I have all my other stuff, but IOTA's at 80 cents, so we're coming down farther eventually. But IOTA speaking, guys, like, and you didn't see the M rate here on IOTA, so this kind of made a hook, and it's coming up to this cup. So with IOTA, you're looking at right here, 81.77 is going to preempt us before the 30-minute. That's going to be your first sign if we can get on top of this. So I'm going to like this joint. It's been an honor, guys. Sorry about that, Ken. Yeah, I have XPR on here too, Proton. I do cover it. I like it. I wish they would add it. If they added Proton to Uphold, I would buy it in a heartbeat. And that would be another one where I'd have 10,000 of them, FYI. And it's only $100 right now. And I was watching this and it was way up there. I've covered it for you guys when it was making pumps. And 1 cent now. I told you guys all these were coming way down. It's almost scary how accurate, and not just accurate, but how it actually happened. Look where Proton was at. We were just covering Proton, and it was up there at almost 3 cents. I mean, you're talking about this year, it was at 2 cents. So just from there, look how much this has fallen. In just January, we're down 50 fucking %. But yeah, no, there are 10, but the reason why I like to have all of these on here is I am so trained now, and I have such a good way my brain works. Look at Theta up 7%. But that is because, guys, all of these would be up 7%. Remember, Theta changes its clocks at a different time with CSPR and a couple others. So if XRP would have flipped its clock at 11 a.m., it would be up 7% right now. So it always looks a little weird, so you got to make sure. Curtis, no, you're fine. There are no silly questions. I can go back to Shiba for 2 seconds. You know, it takes me 2 seconds to show you guys what's happening. So right now I'm in a good mood. Shiba, we've got the resistance up here, and I'm going to put it to the 30-minute time frame because we got to follow it. And it's right at the cup and handle at 2232. But if we fail here, we're coming to 1923, and we've measured it down to 1715. But if we break here, it's actually 1300. So those are your 3 levels. Write down 1923, 1715, 1300 as your next 3 supports. And your next resistance up is 2232. If we break that, our next one above that would be about 2500. And then 2828. So you can write that down, screenshot it, do whatever you got to do. 3, 2, 1. Every single those one would be on mine, kind of, except I still can't buy XDC, Telecoin, and Dent are not on uphold yet. But it's helped me get my shit together, so to say, because I'm doing it now, doing it in the middle, and doing it at the end, because nobody can buy them all at the exact same time, everything they want, but they can start accumulating, guys, and then you can get to your ultimate goal. And that's why I put a cap at 10,000, no matter how cheap. If I can get to 10,000, that's enough. Unless it's something like it's real ridiculous. But I really want XDC and Telecoin. Telecoin's so gosh darn cheap. Wouldn't you like to just buy 10,000 Telecoin, Kenny, for this cheap? I mean, let's be honest. When was the last time we seen a half a cent Telecoin? We could buy 20,000, 30. I mean, fuck. HBAR, we have the support at 19.9 and resistance at, what was it, 205 right now, Lewis. That's what we're looking at right now. Man, I like it like this. Just a little bit of rapid fire here. I appreciate each and every one of you. This has been an extended live stream. What have we had? An hour and 43 minutes. This is a good one. And I didn't even light my joint yet, so I'm going to do it. I mean, I like I always say, I cannot express how much I appreciate each and every one of you. Do I recommend selling? Not if you bought them. I don't recommend selling anything at these prices unless it's a substantial part of your portfolio. But listen, for me to say, even if I said yes, sell, I wouldn't give you the green light right now. At this exact spot, it's impossible. You haven't broke 19.9 support or broke the resistance at 205. It's such a tight window. Oh, you're talking about long term. No, I think it's going to be fine. There's speculation that they might have got some of their startup in a way that the SEC could say it's bullshit. But I fully expect HBAR to be a big player. Yeah, Randad, if DGB can get down to that 1.3 roughly and hold, or the 1.0, but I think 1.3 is actually where it's going to be. If we can get down into that area for DGB, I think we're going to have a substantial bounce. Like that would assume, even if we break up here, that's the problem. If we break up here, it could invalidate this, because then we might only come down to here and then pile up. But if this is some kind of reversal, and let's say we get rejected like this, bounce off of this and then come down to the next level, I could see us bouncing here or here, but more likely here, and bouncing back up and retesting right about here. So, oh, well, Tom, that's barely anything. We're from 1.3 to 2.3. What the fuck? 1 cent. Yeah, but the 1 cent isn't DGB 9 to 10 cents, guys, or 16 to 18 or whatever. This is DGB at 1.3 to 2.3. That's 72. But if we got up here to retest this, that's 55. But the 40% is just this drop point right here. It's 47%. Is all I'm saying, just to get back up to where we would have dropped from here. And even if we got rejected at this old resistance, that's 27%, this old support line as resistance. So would you be on board for 27 to 72% on a swing? Yeah, DGB is going to start to become so profitable because it's so fucking cheap. Like DGB was just 18 cents 6 months ago, guys. It's 18 times cheaper. Right now, at this very time, it's about 10 times cheaper than its all time. No, 9 times cheaper than its all time highs. It's down 900% right now. Meaning, if you bought XRP with $1 million, you would be down $900,000 right now. You'd be down 90%. So yeah, is it a bad time or a good time to buy DGB? If I would have told you when it was 16 cents that you could buy it for fucking 2 cents, what would you guys have said? You're fucking nuts. But I told everybody these were coming into their accumulation zones. And ultimately, there's a chance DGB goes under a penny. And gosh darn it, if I have to, and we got a big pump out of this, and let's say XRP pushed $1 or 90 cents, I would break my rule at about 88 cents if it looked like we were about to dump, and I would just sell it all. I'd sell it all. Fuck the dollar. We know the charts and we know what's going on. But as of right now, I'm not. Yes, I do, Pharaoh. Ooh. Well, that makes me like the Stellar Network even more a little bit here. I did not know that. Thanks for sharing that bit of intel, Pharaoh. I definitely will. Akon City. Could you send that to my email? Maybe I could share that with my audience after, with the audience, you know, when I do an update. Because if you try to share that in my comments, it's automatically going to spam block because the spam blocker's stupid. It won't block regular spam, but it'll spam stuff like that. But yeah, this is like literally the last like 2 minutes, guys, because my mind's like, holy fuck. So a synopsis here with XRP. Can we do something like that? Possibly. I'm not saying that that is even close to what's happening. We're just talking. But we could be on an M-topping reversal. It's a little worrisome that we're at 60486. So, but we did hold this uptrending line. So we're on top of that. We could go to the 30-minute time frame, maybe push 64.7. If we don't break 604, we're going down to 57.5. And ultimately, I would think down to 52. What, could we hit a triple bottom at 54.8 roughly, or 55 cents if we do? Well, we might just have to see. So, but that's what I'm seeing with XRP. Then XLM. We've got either that's going to happen, something like that, or this is going to reveal itself as an M-topping reversal here, and we're going to get rejected, and then we pull down to 16.6 again. It's just that simple, but it could go either way here, guys. It's just we're having crashing volume on the way up with XLM now that it's going up. That's not usually the sign of a pattern that's going to continue going, but sometimes you do get that last little burst where how it came up here, and you could finish up this cup and handle then pour. So that's something we could be looking at as well. So XDC, same thing. We're either going to pour out here and then go down, or we're going to push up here, probably get rejected and then come down. So there's not much hope here, but there's a few percent, 10 to 15% if we were to go up. And then DGB, it's the same thing. Are we showing an M-topping reversal with this crashing volume and it's just going to pull down like this? Or are we going to have some kind of substance and come up here and retest this area? That's the only questions that we should be asking. Nothing more, nothing less. Everything else doesn't even matter. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new or returning. And then consider joining Tom's Army, get in that Telegram. And I appreciate everybody who stuck it out. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Kenny, Lewis, Stacy, I see's in here. Pharaoh, Driver. Much appreciated to the 46 people and the 135 people that took the time to like this live. We got up to 103 people at one point, which is absolutely spectacular. I don't remember the last time we had triple digits in here at once. And obviously, Randad, you too, buddy. Have a good night. Lewis, have a blessed one. AK, have a good night, brother. Thank you. Stacy, have a good one. Stay blessed, everybody. And I'll be back when appropriate.